Selamat datang ke Nerds Talking the Podcast di mana kita bercakap tentang UFO, buku komik, filem, perkhidmatan penstreaman, teori konspirasi, hantu, permainan video dan banyak lagi. Episod baru setiap Jumaat pada semua platform tempat anda mendapat podcast kegemaran Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM. No matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast. Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Laura, Carlos, and I'm Lafayette. That's right. Laura is back.
Ew.
She has put the baby to bed.
No, I've put the toddler to bed. The baby is in the husband's arms.
Well, he has to do his part.
Oh, he does his part and more. He is
good.
a active father for sure. Couldn't get along without him. Shout out, Austin. Love you.
It's an active ingredient.
He is.
There you go. And Carlos is back from his hell vacation in Vegas.
That's right.
He could tell us all about how Las Vegas was so much fun and also the worst. So, Carlos, let us know when you went to Vegas for Christmas. Great idea. What is Vegas? What is Vegas for Christmas like? Is it worth people's time? And what happened?
Well, also, question: why did you go to Vegas for Christmas? Was this like a family thing? Was this a choice your family individually made? What was the circumstance?
Well, my wife and I are both off for 2 weeks for Christmas from work. So she wanted to take a trip. And since we've done a lot of the, Southern California thing, she decided let's go to Vegas.
Okay.
Until at least New Year's Eve day. I was like, all right, that's fine. I mean, at first I wasn't really hip on going, but I'm like, you know what? We are going to be stuck at home for 2 weeks. Fine, let's go. So we go. And let me just say that 4 days with a 3-year-old is too many days. 3 is
Where'd you
fine.
stay?
We stayed at Treasure Island.
Okay.
We got a suite. Apparently it's called a junior suite. The only thing that makes it a suite is it has double doors when you walk in. That's about it.
But was it sweet?
The view is
not so
sweet.
much.
It was right up.
See
the strip.
That's why
the
it's
strip.
sweet. There you go.
Yeah. And then anyway, so we did the whole thing and we're ready to come back the Christmas Eve day. And I did not realize that shit had hit the fan. So we get to the airport and our flight is supposed to be at 3:30. It gets delayed.
The weather. It took me a second for my brain to be
Yeah.
like, shit hit the fan. The weather.
Delayed. Canceled. Well, shit. What do we do? I've never had a canceled flight before. I had no idea what to do. So we go down to the desk and they switch our flight.
And you wait in a long ass line.
Well, everybody started going to the kiosks right there by the gate. Super long line. So let's go downstairs. We can't, there's no flight anyway, so let's go downstairs. So it moved a little faster because they had more people working.
Okay.
So they book us on another flight. There's nothing available that night, so we have to stay a night. And they book us on another flight the next day. And I'm like, well, shit, we need to get another room. This is going to cost money. We need to take a cab or an Uber back to this. Costs money. Everything costs money. And so, little hint, save all your receipts, people. So I'm getting my money back. Save all your receipts. And luckily, friend of the show, stand-up comic Ray Belito, got a comped room. All I had to do was pay the fees at Park MGM. So paid the fees, paid extra to check out late because our flight wasn't until 3:30. We left at 1 o'clock. Go back to the airport. Delay.
And this
Cancel.
is Christmas Eve day?
This is now Christmas.
Oh!
Did you already
Christmas?
remember it's Southwest Airlines? the main
Oh.
culprit of all these delays.
Yes. And then they switch us to a flight that's going to go. Our first flight was supposed to go to Santa Ana, John Wayne Airport in Orange County, and then to Sacramento. So that one got canceled. And then they switched us to a flight that's go to Palm Springs to Sacramento. The Palm Springs to Sacramento leg got canceled for some reason. I'm like, you're in the fucking desert. There's no snow. And then the flight in Las Vegas that's going to Palm Springs eventually got canceled because they had no pilots. The plane was there, no pilots. Like, awesome. So that got canceled. And so they switched us to on standby for 5:30 direct to Sacramento. They had pilots, a plane, not enough flight attendants.
Who gives a
Apparently-
fuck? And you're
That's
like,
what
I'll
they
just
had
fend
one.
for
You know
myself.
what? Exactly. It's a 1 hour flight. I will shut my
Yeah.
mouth and just get in, get out, right? So that gets canceled.
Oh.
Then we're on the 9:55 flight. We're on the flight. We're not a standby. So we wait. It's looking good. No delays. The plane is there at the gate. Looking good. 9:55 flight. 9 o'clock comes. Canceled. No delay. No reason. Just canceled. I'm like, you motherfuckers. So now we got to get another hotel and taxi back to the hotel.
And no Christmas.
That's true. Because on Christmas Eve day, I try to get a rental car one way back home. We're going to drive. Let's go. Just drive. So I booked it online. But when you get to the rental place, they're like, no, we got no cars. I'm like, well, I just booked it. It allowed me to book it. So you can book it through like Priceline or whatever, but it doesn't mean you got the car. I'm
Oh.
like, you fucks. So now that was Christmas Eve night. And so now Christmas, like you said, no Christmas. So luckily the boy is 3 years old, so he doesn't know. You know,
He kind of
just-
rolls with it.
Yeah. So he's just having a good time playing with the toys that we bought him while he's there. And so anyway, so now go back to another hotel. This time we're at Circus Circus. I didn't realize Circus Circus has like the main towers and then it has like 4 or 5 other buildings that are like motels, right?
Mhm.
I can only describe the hotel room as this is where celebrities go to kill themselves. That's how bad it looked. I'm like,
What
man.
Circus? That place hasn't been updated since like 88.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's
my bad, 81.
It's behind the strip at the very end, behind the stratosphere. And but it was full. I'm like, what are these people doing here? Apparently, because you know it's way off the strip, so it's super cheap, right?
And everyone else is stuck.
Right. And so I figured, you know what? I'm gonna rent a car first thing in the morning, and we're gonna try to get another car. But in the meantime, it's already 10:30 at night. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna stay here another night. Let's just start walking. So I sent a text to
You're gonna
Lafayette.
hitchhike all the way home.
I sent a text to Lafayette and I sent a text to my older brother. They're both in Southern California. They're both 3, maybe 4 hours away. I said, please come pick us up. I can't stay another fucking night in this city. Fuck this city. So I knew my older brother was asleep by then, and I would get an answer by 3 or 4 in the morning. So that way I would know what our plan would be for the day. So at 4 in the morning, I get a text. I'm going to shower. I'm on my way. Like, sweet. Finally. But I had already booked train tickets for Amtrak from Las Vegas. The Sacramento was sold out. But if I did Vegas to Bakersfield and Bakersfield to Sacramento, there was plenty of room, which didn't make sense because the same route that they would take from Vegas to Sacramento. But that would have been a 6-hour ride on the bus and then a 5-hour ride on the train. So I canceled it because my brother was coming. And so he picked us up. And then we go to the Ontario airport, Ontario, California, because I had booked a car. When I get there, they tell me, oh, you booked today. I'm like, yeah, this morning. I said, yeah, we can't guarantee you a car. And it's a 4-hour wait. And then you will more than likely get a 12-passenger van. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Find 9 other people that need to go to Sacramento? Right?
Entrepreneurship, man. There's
You
a
could have
lot
been
of
an
people.
Uber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people
I know.
stranded.
Just asked around. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Bakersfield. Hop on in. I'll drop you off. Where
Get
you
on
going?
in, brother. $100.
Stockton.
Just like in
All right.
Home Alone, where she
Exactly.
hops on the
Exactly.
U-Haul to head off to Chicago with the polka band.
Well, but here's the funny thing. There was a celebrity in line renting a car.
Oh, who? Which one?
He got the car.
Who was it?
It was Jeremy Renner. Yeah. But he wasn't in like the regular line. He was like in that fast
The VIP
track VIP
line.
line, whatever it was. Yeah.
Did
So
you
he got
take
a
a picture
car
of him
and-
at least?
No.
Oh,
I've seen him
you
once
should've gotten
before.
a
I was waiting
picture.
for him. I was waiting with him one time at an airport in San Diego right after Comic-Con.
Mhm.
He was like 2 rows next to me. He was just on his phone, kind of minding his own business. I didn't want to bother him. But he was flying to Reno that night for some reason. But anyway, so now we're back in the car and we're going to Temecula, California. I call Budget Rent a Car. I'm like, I need to modify my reservation from Ontario International to Temecula. And I said, yeah, looks good. You know what? Let us upgrade you, because I told them all they had was a 12-passenger van. They're like, oh, they didn't have the car you wanted? I'm like, no, they didn't have a car. Okay, so let me give you another car with a little more leg room, and we're going to take $28 off. I'm like, funny thing is, I didn't hear any of it except for $28 off. I'm like, yes. So she could have told me all we have is a Vespa, but we'll take 20. I'm like, oh, okay, $28. So we get to Temecula. I go into the office, and in less than 2 minutes, I'm out the door in a Honda HRV. Got the car. We go to my brother's house to stay the night just to rest, and we're off in the morning at 4 a.m. And this was already the 26th of December.
Oh.
So we finally get home.
And how long is the drive? It's like 8 hours.
It was a 7-hour drive,
7
but
hours.
with all the stops, it took longer than,
Yeah.
But there was no traffic. So that's the good thing. There's no traffic, just go straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I guess we ended up celebrating Kwanzaa this year.
Yeah. How was it?
And open gifts. And
Yeah, how was Kwanzaa? Was
Yeah,
it?
how
it
was
was
Kwanzaa?
cool. It was like the best holiday I've ever had. It was,
See, no complaints.
No.
You're the only person I know to ever celebrate Kwanzaa
Yeah, well, there you go.
and
Well, you can
forced to
put
celebrate
this-
it too.
Happy
You can
Kwanzaa.
put this in the books as the worst Christmas you've ever had.
Yes.
It'll be
boy
a
won't
story.
remember, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
You'll have a story to tell for the rest
So-
of your life.
What did you learn?
Not to travel on holidays, for
Mhm,
one.
mhm. Yep.
And not to travel if you hear there's a storm. Because I heard that when we first booked the tickets, but the day we left, it even said some alert came up. Winter storm Elliott may affect your travel. I'm like, what? That's on the East Coast, man. I'm on the West. I'm way on the West.
Planes come from
So-
everywhere.
So I learned, no shit. I learned that Southwest does not have a Western route. They don't have planes that
Mm.
just, service the West, and they
'Cause they're
should.
hubbed in Atlanta, right? That's
No,
what
it's
it is?
in Texas, Love
Texas. Okay.
Yeah, so they should have a West, service, but they do not. And what I also found out is when they were waiting for those 2 pilots for the Palm Springs, those pilots were coming from separate planes, from separate areas. I didn't realize they worked that way. I didn't realize you just worked with some stranger pilot. I'm like, hey, dude, you feeling all right? How's your mental stability? Cool. Okay, cool. Let's go. You don't know these people. They're just kind of.
They bounce
But
around.
anyway, yeah. So if you hear that there's a storm somewhere and anywhere, and you're flying, be prepared just in case. Like from now on, if I hear there's a storm like anywhere, I'm hearing like, oh, Greenland's hit by tornadoes. I'm like, well, Greenland? Well, nope, I'm staying home. Oh no. So
Now, do you
anyway.
think like next time your destination for a holiday would be to drive somewhere?
Oh yeah, that way I have my own freedom.
Yeah.
Or I'm just gonna stay my ass home
Yeah, it's a better option
I
for the
think
holidays.
so.
I mean,
Because even if you travel, like say north of here, Tahoe or Reno, you're still liable to get stuck if it starts snowing. So either go drive south or stay home. That's
yeah,
it.
south is pretty much
Sound
it.
advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Wow, Laura, how was your Christmas?
It was
And
fine.
how's the weather there?
We had a tiny bit of snow. We didn't really have a big deal. People made a big deal out of it, but it was just a little bit of snow. It was a little slick, no big deal. My Christmas was fine. It was a little chaotic. We went, over to Christmas Eve at my brother-in-law's house, where I spent 5 hours bouncing a baby. when no one offered to hold the baby.
No, I mean, why? Why would
Really?
they?
No, I know, right? Nobody offered to hold the baby the whole time, and so I'm just sitting there, and I let off. I didn't make Austin do it because he needed to cut loose, so he was like having drinks and like having fun, and I'm like, well, I don't, he needs time too to decompress. But like nobody, my sister-in-laws or my niece or my other niece, like nobody offered to hold the baby. So I just sat there for 5 hours bouncing a baby. And then eventually when I had to change Charlotte, the toddler's diaper, like I had to dump her off on somebody, and I gave her to my niece who's 22 and pregnant. And I was like, well, you got to get used to this. Hold this goddamn baby. and she was like, and I'm like, get over it.
All scared to hold a baby.
Yeah.
Well, she's about to have one.
Yeah. I'm like, get over it, sister. And so it was stressful. It was fun. We got lots of stuff. Charlotte had a blast. She ran around like a, totally sugared up 2.5-year-old, which is exactly what she is. She had the time of her life. I almost had a breakdown towards the end because I'm like, this baby is hurtling towards an absolute meltdown and we need to leave right now. And then, and she did. She had a meltdown on the way home, cried the whole way home. And then Christmas Day was pretty low key. We opened our gifts at home with, just us, which was nice. And then my parents came over again for a super low key thing. I didn't clean the house. I had a frozen, I had a frozen quiche in the refrigerator, and I'm like, this is what we're having.
That's it. It's all you have.
Yep, that's all you get. And then Christmas night, Austin took Charlotte back to his brother-in-law's house, and I just stayed home with the baby and watched Netflix.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, nothing too special. You open the gifts in the morning type of thing, and then and then I was tasked with to make some, I forgot what it was, chuck roast or something like that, some BS. But I'm a horrible chef, so nothing came out proper.
Why would somebody task you with chuck roast, like a main dish, if you don't cook?
Here's some instructions. Follow them, and I'm like, what? Are those German? Like, I'm just.
Did your girlfriend help?
She tried so hard, and it didn't help one bit. I just did not. I am not a chef. I know.
I'm sure it was fine.
I mean, we should have just made spaghetti on Christmas. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it. That's that was what happened to us this past week, and Johnny and Hugh are on hiatus, so hopefully we'll hear from them soon. But that's pretty much what we got going on. But up next, we're going to talk about Glass Onion, the sequel to, is it Knives Out, right? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
The Ryan
A
Johnson
Knives Out mystery.
Knives Out. Glass Onion on Netflix. We'll talk about that and more right after the break here on Nerds Talking the Podcast. Are you sick and tired of being fat?
Yeah, man.
Being told you're overweight?
All the time.
You need to eat better, exercise more.
Well, yeah, for real.
Don't fit in your clothes. Don't like the way you look.
Yeah, that's about right.
Feel like there's nothing you can do to change that.
No.
Well, you're right.
What?
What makes you think you're ever gonna change?
Come on, man.
Eat some more, fatty.
Oh, okay.
Because this podcast is about keeping the weight on and packing on more.
Oh.
Drowning in Sugar, the podcast.
Okay.
It'll fill your sweet tooth, your tummy, and you'll pack on the pounds. We'll teach you how your obesity can get you a handicap placard.
Really?
So you can park closer to that Chick-fil-A
Oh, I like this.
you've always wanted.
Oh, yeah.
How to get a free motorized scooter from the government so you can get around easier.
Zoom.
How it's cheaper to only wear one piece of clothing all year round.
Already do that.
And how you can file for disability and collect money from the government for the rest of your life.
Oh, wow.
All because you chose to be a fat piece of
Oh,
turd.
wow.
Remember, be confident, and not just in life, but also at your choices at In-N-Out
Oh,
Burger.
hell yeah.
The double-double.
Oh.
Gotta get it.
Yes.
Animal style.
All the time.
And think of all the money you're saving by not joining the gym.
That's right. That's
Or
right.
you could be on a treadmill,
Hey, wait.
listening to Nerds Talking the
Oh,
Podcast,
that's true.
breaking a sweat, losing weight,
Oh, no.
telling yourself you're no longer going to eat the garbage,
Oh, maybe.
and you're going to be healthy.
Hey.
But not you.
That's right.
You're a winner.
Hell yeah.
Nerds Talking the Podcast. Now back to the show. Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, download, turn on your notifications, tell your friends every Friday new episodes of Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Carlos, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. And we're going to jump into this week's, review of a movie that we all watched, Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. A follow-up to Knives Out, which I think came out in maybe 2019? And
sounds right.
this one is straight to Netflix. They bought the rights to the sequel, and it stars Daniel Craig, Kate Hudson, Edward Norton, Catherine Hahn, Janelle Monáe, Dave Bautista, and I think those are the main players. Oh, Ethan
Leslie,
Hawke for like 5 minutes.
How about that Leslie guy?
Leslie Odom Jr. That's right.
There you go.
Who
Joseph
played?
Gordon-Levitt,
Oh yeah, Justin Gordon-Levitt. Yeah,
Hugh
Who was
Grant.
he?
he was.
I
Dong.
saw Hugh. Oh, I remember. I saw Hugh Grant, and then who was the first one you mentioned?
Ethan
The
Hawke.
player. Yeah, who was Ethan Hawke?
He
The
was
guy who's
he's-
shooting stuff in the mouth.
Yeah, but he's introduced them to the
I
boat.
thought he looked familiar.
Yes, yes,
That's an
yes,
interesting
yes.
cameo.
Yo-Yo Ma was in it. What? Interesting. Huh. Serena Williams, we saw her in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so was, according to this,
Oh, Yo-Yo Ma
Kareem
was the
Abdul-Jabbar.
guy who told him how to figure out the box, the layer of the track.
Oh, gotcha.
You got the
That's
chicken
right.
leg or the turkey leg.
Yeah.
The party with Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it had Jessica Henwick played Peg, and Madeline Klein played Whiskey, who was a big part of the story. And of course, this is another whodunit mystery, just like Knives Out was. And we'll start with Carlos. What did you think of Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, now available on Netflix?
This is a good movie. This is a great follow-up to the first. Apparently, Rain Johnson can do murder mysteries. He cannot do sci-fi. He cannot do Star Wars. But he can do these movies. These are good. Daniel Craig is funny. I loved his swim outfit. That was just hilarious. But no, it's good. It's got enough twists in it not too many and not like M. Night Shyamalan bullshit twist. It's good. It's good. It keeps you riveted for the whole time. I like the performances. Dave Bautista was good. I don't know what else to say. There's nothing bad about it. I didn't find anything bad about it. I mean, you almost, right when you almost think you know who did it, it's like, well, that's not what I thought. Other than that, I'll probably jump on whatever you guys say. But I liked it. I'd say I give it a 4 out of 5.
Wow. Okay. Before we jump to Laura, here's some movies by Ryan Johnson. Looper.
I saw Looper. I liked Looper.
Of course, as you said, Knives Out, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, The Brothers Bloom.
Didn't see it.
Nothing too much more that you might know, and of course, he's already signed on to Knives Out 3 on Netflix, like automatically.
Yay! I'm happy they're making a third.
Yeah, when they signed 2, they already gave him money for 3, like right away.
Awesome.
But Laura, what's your take on Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery?
I freaking loved it. I loved the first Knives Out, and the second one was just as good. It has a little bit of different tone. It's not Knives Out. The first one, there was definitely a whodunit mystery, but there was a little bit of funny, but more also like some dark, just like weird stuff that kind of throws you off guard. This one was obviously an interesting mystery and very funny, but also intense. Like you are like kind of riveted to find out what exactly is happening. And I like how they did the same format as they did in Knives Out, where they start with a mystery and you get like half or 3/4 the way through the movie, and then the curtain pulls back to reveal
The entire backstory.
The backstory that puts everything into perspective. And so that's an interesting way to do it that really keeps you guessing till the end. I thought everyone was fantastic. Daniel Craig in that role is just awesome. And I think it's interesting that he also plays Jacques Cousteau, the Agatha Christie with the Murder on the Nile, like that famous detective. So he's got these 2 detective characters that he plays, and they're fascinating to watch. And the performances were great. The costuming was really great. I loved the way everyone was dressed. It was very appropriate to their personalities. I don't normally notice that kind of thing, but it just seemed particularly impactful in this one. And the ending was really fantastic, which I'm not going to spoil it, but I just really liked the ending.
And what's your rating?
5 out of 5. I have
Whoa.
I have nothing bad to say about this movie. I
5 out
completely
of
enjoyed
5.
it.
Wow.
I will definitely rewatch.
Now,
Yeah,
do you
it's
think,
good.
Do you think Rain Johnson dislikes Elon Musk?
Oh, like as his
Well,
Ah,
clearly that's what Edward Norton
yeah.
is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
who he's based off of. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What did the company Alpha do? Did they ever specifically say like the big
No.
idea? I didn't
No.
think so. Okay, I wasn't sure.
No.
But
I mean,
yeah,
yeah. No. I mean, it was in the end, it was to be the new energy
yeah.
and so forth. But
Poirot. Sorry.
yeah.
Yes, thank you, Carlos.
But yeah,
Not
Carlos was
Cousteau.
yeah. You
Jacques
said did
Cousteau.
you
I was like,
Jacques
what? I
Cousteau?
didn't
What
know
you
he
said?
did
Yeah,
an
I was
underwater
confused by your Jacques
documentary.
Cousteau take. I was like, he played Jacques Cousteau. Like, when was this? It was a good
Poirot,
movie.
sorry.
Like you said, a lot like the first one, where we get the background, how it all intertwines and fits. I like movies that show you the first like angle of something, and then they show you the backside of all this is happening on the back, but you still see what's happening, which you already saw, and you're
Mhm.
like, how does it all work out? Okay, when she got shot, I thought she was dead.
Me
Everybody knows
too.
about
100%. I was like, oh shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
when he was crying, I'm like, why are you crying?
yeah,
But then the whole
yeah.
backstory shows up. But then
Yeah.
those weren't real tears either.
No,
But
no.
And
thought
Jeremy Renner
that's
shows
why.
up in this podcast again with his
Oh,
hot
that's right.
sauce.
The hot sauce.
That's
Jeremy Renner.
right. Oh, he kept. Oh, the character Edward Norton plays names drops everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Name
Jared
drops
Leto and the
left
hard
and
Shumbuka, whatever it is.
oh yeah. The kombucha.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper's
Anderson
party.
Cooper.
Yeah.
That never was.
Which was a ruse.
Yeah.
Which was clever.
Yeah. So no, it's a fantastic movie. It's definitely a you could definitely watch it numerous times. What's better, the first one or the second one? What do you guys think? What you take? First or second?
I think they're both different. I would say I probably the second one just because I just like the tone of it because it was a little bit lighter. But they're still so good and I can't wait to watch another one. And also watching it the whole time, I was like, God, I need a cocktail, like a really well-made cocktail, because I feel like there was a lot of booze well positioned, and it's like, oh man, I could go for a lovely gin and tonic or a French 75 right now, make me feel fancy and drink.
When the first one, if I recall, they come together because of death in the family, right? And they all
Yes.
think they're going to claim the fortune of this
The old man.
individual. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So this one's vastly different.
Well, and there's also this whole thing of like who killed him and
Yeah,
all
and
this kind of stuff.
I mean, this one is basically about a tech billionaire. Clearly, I guess tech. That basically has his friends. How would you say has them?
Every year they do a get together.
I know, but he kind of has them like on a
Short leash.
short leash.
Oh yeah, for
because
sure.
of the secret.
Because of the money that he can.
Yeah.
give
The
them to
secret
get
that
them
he
out of there or
holds
whatever.
over them, basically, and that's pretty much all. That's the plot. And he brings them together every year. They seem like none of them like each other. They hate each other, and that's kind of where your started point. But yeah, it's great. And then what do you guys think about Ryan Johnson saying that Dave Bautista, the best acting wrestler ever?
I agree. Because it's funny he said that, because as I'm watching it, I'm going, The Rock couldn't do that. The Rock couldn't do that. Especially when he was just acting like he was choking. He was poisoned or whatever it was. Yeah, you totally. I was like, no, The Rock couldn't do that. Because obviously in The Rock's contract as well, where he doesn't die or lose fights in his films.
Because he's the alpha male. I mean,
Right,
I
and
don't
then-
know. Is he like really the greatest actor? Because he kind of just plays the same character
Wrestling
over and
actor.
over. Yeah. Oh,
Wrestling
well,
actor,
that's what I
yeah.
mean. Wrestling actor. I mean, but then again, I don't have anything to compare it with. So maybe he is. I don't know. It just seems to me like he plays the same character over and over, which is fine because he's fun to watch. So.
But I mean, I guess it's really. I mean, who would you compare him to? I mean, Hulk Hogan was the same character in every movie he did.
True.
The Rock is the same guy every movie he does.
Yeah.
And you got Batista. Well, Cena's a good actor too. He's funny. He's comedic. He's funny.
He can be funny. I think
Yeah.
he might be maybe a little, but then again, yeah, you're right. He plays the same character over and over again.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe they're all just good in their own right, in the sense of like they do what they do and they do it well.
I just think Batista has a more of a range than the others. That's just what it is. He can
And-
play he could play the kind of the goofy guy like he was in this, where he was supposed to be that streaming guy, which you could never
Yeah.
see.
Oh yeah.
And then he could be like he was in Blade Runner, the down and out, like I don't know what he
Didn't
was
see
supposed to be a
Blade
bad
Runner.
guy, or I forgot what he was in Blade Runner. But then he could do comedy. I don't know, he could do quite a bit. But I would say it wrestling wise, there's only 4 people that come to mind, and I put him on top of the list. Yeah. But
I just
that's-
loved it when he was swimming and he had his gun in his Speedo. That was pretty
at all
entertaining.
times. You gotta have it all times. So I haven't seen Kate Hudson in forever in anything.
Mhm.
She looked great too. She came out in that bikini and I was like, damn, girl, you look good.
Right? And then she didn't want to get in the pool when the other girl came out. She's
Yeah,
"I'm
like,
good. I'm good."
Nope, thanks.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot, like even Ed Norton, you don't see him in a lot of stuff. You know, he was.
I think he's very choosy about what he does now. I think I've read that before. Like, because I mean, he's got a shit ton of money, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, I just it's good to see him in the movie because you don't really see him much, and he's a really good actor. But
Yeah.
I'll
Fun to
give the
watch.
movie. I give it a 4 out of 5. Give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, the first one is a little darker in tone.
hmm
I mean, just completely different storyline, of course. I don't know. I thought the first one was good. I thought this one was more enjoyable. So
It was.
There you go.
There was more. Everybody had more character, more
way
personality.
more character. Yeah, way more character, and they had more to lose. In the first movie, they had nothing to lose. They were just trying to gain.
Right. They didn't gain. Right.
Here, they were just trying to hold on to this secret so they can keep their status.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so
But-
fantastic.
First one did have Chris Evans in it. So we've really got to put that bun ahead of all the other. No,
He was-
sorry.
He was the bad guy.
He was the bad guy.
He was the bad guy, and that's kind of where that one girl got her start. The main actress in that movie that ended up playing Marilyn Monroe. Oh, I forgot her name.
Oh, I didn't know she played
The
Marilyn.
did.
Armas.
Yeah, she dated Ben Affleck for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
She was good.
Knives Out sequel, Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, now on Netflix. Check it out. The only place you can check it out is Netflix. So
And I will really say one last thing about it. I
Yeah.
do really like the glass onion metaphor that Daniel Craig lays out in the beginning and at the end, and about how it all kind of comes together. It's like it appears to be complicated, but really it's all incredibly transparent. And so I like that. I thought that was clever.
oh, it was. I'm telling you, the way Ryan Johnson wrote that movie was very clever.
Yeah.
He's already done like 4 or 5 movies, and Carlos hates him.
Well, he did a
because
lot of Breaking Bad.
He forever tarnished Star Wars,
Mhm.
and he wants another crack at Star Wars.
I mean, but is that
No.
fair though, as a director? I mean, aren't you? I mean, so I've heard before. I've never been in the business, but I've heard before from listening to podcasts that a movie is made 3 times: when it's written, when it's filmed, and then when it's edited. And like, if any of those 3 go wrong, it's just kind of fucked. And I'm like, so as a director, you're given a script, right? And so, you've got some vision for how you shoot it, right? But really, it comes down to the writing.
Well, he wrote it.
He wrote
Oh.
Last Jedi.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Oh.
sorry about that.
All right,
Yeah.
never mind.
But
yeah,
I
burn it
I
to the
don't-
ground. Fuck it. Never mind.
But you also got to blame like Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilms. They have to supervise. I mean, they have to supervise it and
like,
Well, they have to
oversee
sign
it
off
and
on it.
approve. Yeah, approve
Yeah,
the
yeah,
script and like that's what you approved. You should get
But
fired.
remember, the Last Jedi. The story was written by George Lucas. The treatment. Ryan Johnson just wrote the script.
My husband has hard opinions on Kathleen Kennedy. Hard opinions.
Wait a second. That sounds like something we can get into.
No,
No,
not
she's
that
horrible.
kind of hard.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Like- no, like he fucking hates her.
Oh no, she's horrible. She's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's horrible. She's in charge of everything George Lucas, so Indiana Jones and Star Wars, and she
Nope.
is. Ugh.
Yeah, and we're all looking. People are like, "Oh, the next Indiana Jones." I was like, y'all saw Crystal Skull, right? Like, why are we excited about
Garbage.
this next one?
Why are we excited about a 70-year-old man playing Indiana Jones? They released the first preview, and he's on a CGI horse with a CGI Indiana Jones on top of it. And the word is that they had to already go back in and do a bunch of reshoots because
Reshoot.
Disney's like, this is crap. Like, we put out a preview,
really?
this is garbage. Like, what are you guys doing? I mean, supposedly she's on the hot seat, like she's on her way out. That's what they're saying. So
One can only hope.
yeah. And then you guys hear that Back to the Future, Netflix is negotiating right now to make a series out of Back to the Future.
Okay, just don't do a reboot. Just you can't
Well,
reboot.
that's what
Go.
it would be. It would be a
Can't
reboot, right? You think
Go.
about it, if it's a series.
Just let it go, guys. Just let it go.
Stop
Let
trying
it
to.
live.
They're all cash grabs.
No,
It's
just
all
make
cash
it a
Yeah.
super
like
complicated,
Ghostbusters. They
like
Try to
thriller.
reboot Ghostbusters, right?
No, well, that was
Garbage.
I thought
Lauren,
Afterlife
you get
was
away, Lauren.
okay.
No, not
No, not
Afterlife. He's
that
talking about
one.
the reboot with the SNL cast.
No.
Oh, that was just.
But Afterlife was
just-
kind of hard to watch too. But at least it wasn't a reboot. It was just a continuation
Yeah.
that I can deal with. But when they try to reboot it with an all-woman cast, really, where did you think that was gonna go?
And
I
the
mean,
news,
what's funny is that I have Vudu. I don't know what Vudu is. You can purchase
It's all-
movies.
Yep.
And it's called Movies Anywhere, and you can watch on your phone, your TV, whatever. It's an app. Anyway, one day the Ghostbusters reboot showed up for free. I'm like, wow, that's how bad it was after giving that shit out for free. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess
Oh,
it's in
it's
my
so
library.
bad.
And
now.
then they tried to turn it into some like, oh, if you don't like it, you hate women. It's like,
Oh, yeah, big time.
or
it's a feminism movie.
I don't like it because it fucking sucks.
Yeah. And
Well, the worst
apparently
part
women
about
didn't
it-
go watch it. They didn't like it either.
Yeah, well, the worst part was it was a straight copy of the first one. It was a straight reboot. The characters were all similar, all the same. Everything was the same. Why would
Yeah.
you do that?
I watched some like breakdown of it. I don't remember the name of the channel because my husband watches it and he showed it to me, but it's a really good channel that like dissects, movies. I think it was Red Letter Media. Do you guys ever watch Red Letter Media on YouTube?
No.
You might like them. You should check it out. But when they just dissect like exactly where everything goes off the rails with this movie, about the reboot of Ghostbusters, and I was just like, man, you guys know what you're talking about. Like they will just point out these specific scenes. It's like, this is terrible and this is why. Like you guys should check it out. Red Letter Media.
It's a terrible movie. And then the news Ghostbusters that they're gonna make the sequel to Afterlife. The who wrote that? Wasn't it the original director or Harold Ramis' son?
His son.
Yeah, so he's out already as the new
Oh, really?
Ghostbusters. Yeah, he's out.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it happens though. You give an idea for the sequel, they're like, "That's stupid." Next, who else has an idea? That's pretty much that.
Kind of like
That's
Joss Whedon as Wonder Woman. He got booted. He wrote a Wonder Woman script.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're like, nope.
yeah. It's exactly. So, yeah, that's crap. But there you go. Back to the Future might be coming to you via Netflix as a TV series. Who would you even play? Who would you cast as Michael J. Fox? That's the problem. You gotta have that guy, that charismatic teenage character.
Tom Holland.
He's
Tom
the best.
Holland would be
Honestly,
good.
he'd
Yeah.
be the perfect fit if you ever
Yeah.
rebooted.
Well, someone
Back
did
to
a
the
deep
Future.
fake of Tom Holland as Michael J. Fox and Robert Downey Jr. as Doc Brown. And it looked really good. It was the scene where they're in high school.
Yeah,
And he's back in the whatever 40s or 50s in high school. And man, it looked good. It looks really good. I'm like, I could see that.
I would watch that. Yeah.
So the creators of South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they own the like #1 deep fake company.
Oh, really?
Matter of fact, they just invested $20 million into it to just do that. What Carlos just so we can just, hey, you want to do Indiana Jones? You don't have to be in it. You just have to voice it, Harrison. We're gonna get somebody else to play the part. We're gonna deep fake it, and then we're good to go. And I don't understand why they don't do that. Some of these people just do it. Who cares? People
I
really have a.
because it's
they have-
super expensive.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that the
but
company that Bruce Willis sold his rights to? Because Bruce Willis wants to continue making films, but he can't make films, so he sold his
so he
rights
deep faked it.
for deep fake.
I mean, that's smart though. I mean, why not?
got
Right?
Too much
mean-
alimony to
You had to
Demi
pay.
Moore.
I think it's a good idea if people are clamoring for more of these old actors, but if they're
Bruce
not,
Lee
then,
movie.
well, they
Just-
talked about
just-
that for years, though.
just let a new generation of
Of
stories
actors do it.
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
let's let it go, guys. Like, let's just stop reaching towards the past and make something new worth watching.
Well, that's what I don't understand about Indiana Jones. Just recast Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And because Indiana Jones movies aren't in chronological order.
Yeah.
You could put them in any time period. Just get a new person to play the part. Like people get pissed off about the Solo movie because that guy was nothing like a Harrison Ford. No shit. No shit. He was 25 years old playing the part of Han Solo. So yeah, no, it's anyway. There's that. Whatever. But anyway, I'm interested though what Netflix might do with that. I'm kind of, if you make it a series though, I feel like it's gonna kill. Like it's not gonna have the same 6 parts to do a 6-part like show season to explain the first movie. Like,
Nothing to explain. We all know the story.
Yeah, I don't need it. And again, unless you make a twist and you make it way more. Well, I don't know what you could do with that really because it's a comedy. So hey, anyway, great movie. So go watch Back to the Future, kids. All 3 of them, fantastic. So we'll be right back after this. Sarah Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Welcome to the zoo. You can see a lot of animals here. I don't know if you can see to the right.
You can't.
There's an elephant right there.
Steve, you can't really.
What?
You can't see the animals.
No, listen. It's a zoo.
No, I mean, but it's a.
Anyway,
Okay,
if
listen.
you look out there, you see a giraffe.
No, you can't
His
see.
name's Steve.
No,
He's not. What?
it's a podcast.
It's a what now?
You know, they listen to it.
What do you mean?
They can't
if
see.
they look hard enough, they can see
No,
it.
they can't see anything.
Okay, look here.
Stop.
You see right there's a beaver.
No, no beaver there. It's just you can only hear
You
you.
didn't mean there's no beaver.
They can only. It's a podcast.
What do you mean? What is a podcast?
What they listen to you. It's like
This is the zoo.
it's like the radio.
We're at the zoo.
Well, no, we're not. This is a show. We're promoting for people to listen
But
to.
I'm
you
looking
talk
at
about
the animals right now.
I know.
They can't see what I see.
No, they can't.
They can only hear what I'm saying.
Exactly. You got it. Now you understand.
Then why the fuck am I doing this? You said we're gonna do a show
Well,
about
I-
the zoo.
yes.
I thought we were gonna be at the zoo.
Well,
and
we
then
are.
people get to see things.
we're
So
gonna-
you're telling me we're just
Uh-huh.
recording this shit?
Yeah, recording-
And then they're gonna have to hear me talk about how
yes.
the rhino is fucking the rhino and the
okay.
elephant and the fucking monkeys. And you know
listen,
what?
I
I
just-
don't want to do any of this shit.
Oh, come on.
Get it? I'm out of here.
I mean, it's a show about the zoo.
If they can't see
you
the
wanna
animals,
get people
who gives
to
a
come
shit?
to the zoo. So you're supposed to be talking about
This
the
is
zoo.
not what I signed up for.
I mean, where you going?
Forget it.
Oh, come
Go
on.
do your own thing. I hope the lion eats your
Oh,
dick.
don't be like that. I mean, it's just everybody. Please visit your local zoo. Well, don't worry, we'll fix this. Well, eat my dick. Come on, man. That's not cool.
Nerds Talking encourages you to visit your local zoo to see all the wildlife you can't see otherwise outside of your natural habitat. And no, the lion will not eat your dick unless you jump over the fence and you allow it to. I've seen it once. Horrible. But then again, I did laugh. So enjoyable. There you go. Nerds Talking the podcast. Visit a zoo.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Carlos, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. I forgot to tell you guys, Happy New Year. That is happening this weekend. Happy New Year. Hopefully you get yourself wasted and transport to 2023. So, Laura, what are your plans? Is it going to be in bed by 8:30, up by 9:30 with a baby on your lap, and just
Yeah.
kind of do the 1 hour rotation?
Yeah, probably. Normally in New Year's, I hate New Year's. It's actually my least favorite holiday of the entire year. I don't really see the point in New Year's. It's just time turning on. We observe time turn on every single fucking day. New Year's resolutions are for losers. If you want to change your life, change your life any day of the year. You don't have to wait for a calendar to turn over to do it. And yeah, and so normally on New Year's, what I do is I have dinner. Me and my husband have dinner with my best friend and her husband early, and then we go home, and then they go to another friend's party, and we just go to bed at like midnight. But I can't stay up till midnight anymore, so I will likely be in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock, and up at 1 and 2 a.m. to tend to a 6-week-old and their many, many needs.
No worries. Tomorrow will still be there.
Yep.
So, but you're right. I think New Year's is stupid.
Yeah.
Like in the sense of like, what are you doing? I'm like, watching Anderson Cooper get drunk on TV with his buddy. I don't know. Like,
And there's so much pressure to have a good time. Again, I can have a good time anytime I want. I
No,
don't
you
need
can't.
to-
No. You're right about that though. What'd you do on New Year's? Oh man, I fell asleep like at 10 o'clock. What, bro? I was at the club. I
Yeah.
was wasted. I was up till like 4 a.m. It's like, I got good sleep, man. I feel pretty good today.
Yeah. I feel healthy. I feel hydrated. My liver feels, healthy and full.
My resolution is full go.
Yeah.
You know,
Resolution is to keep being fucking awesome.
remember, you have a whole year to do your resolution, so you can go 300, all the way to 355 days, as long as somehow you keep it on that last day. Then you'll
You
be
mean
all right.
365.
Oh, 65, yeah, 364 days.
There you go.
And then it's actually if your resolution was to lose weight, start your diet, on Saturday.
I lost a pound.
I lost
There
a
you go.
pound. Waking up tomorrow, eating again. Carlos, what's your New Year's spiel? You got any plans, or since you
Going
have
to
like,
Vegas.
Oh,
you-
you're stupid.
No, I'm not going.
You gonna drive there?
Yeah, I've got no plans. It's not a big deal to me anymore. It's like, whatever. It's what day does it fall on? It's
Saturday to
Saturday.
Sunday.
Yeah. So to me, it's just Saturday night, man. Get
Yep.
up Sunday. Yeah, it's not a big deal to me. And like the whole resolution thing I think that's stupid as well. Like Lafayette said, you can start and finish that thing whenever you want. I mean, you can, like, say you were to lose, I'm going to lose weight this year, and then next week you lost like a pound or two. Score! I did it. Now I can,
Check it off the
eat
list.
as much as I want. Yeah, I did it. So let's do it again next
I just
year.
think resolutions are just for people to set some type of, I don't know. It's like quit smoking. I'm gonna quit smoking. Yeah, you can do it anytime, but if you set that, okay, this is it. This is the year, and then it never happens. But it's more like you're trying to set a goal, but you're never gonna reach it. You're never gonna reach it.
Yeah, so because you could do that anytime. If you really
Exactly.
wanted to set a goal, you can do it in mid-June. You can do it in
Yeah,
February. You
exactly.
can do it in November. Like if you want something, you can do it whenever. It's arbitrary, and I think it's basic. Y'all.
Oh, it's super
basic.
mid. Yeah. No, you're right though, and it's so. But New Year's is here, so 2023, and all people that go, oh man, 2022, or they go, 2021 was shit. Oh man, it's gonna be a better year. I'm like, man, you know how time works. Calendars don't matter.
No.
The calendars are just there to keep you on track.
Yeah, time is an
calendars.
illusion.
Yeah.
Is to keep your appointments. That's all it's for.
Yeah,
Yep.
calendars just there, just you can go, what day is it?
Mhm.
Shit, nothing's changed. Like, you're not gonna wake up on Sunday. Oh man, all new me. Like, it doesn't work that way.
I
You're
feel
still
so different today.
still a
I feel
bum.
so different.
Though, okay, I will counter my statement a little bit. Is that when I have been dieting, there has a lot of times in my life I've been like, on Monday.
Oh yeah, but that's always though.
Yeah, on Monday.
That's always the on Monday thing is not even that. Tomorrow. It's one of those things you're like, I already ruined my diet today, so screw it. I'm gonna eat this.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. I'll get back on it tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
That's all
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Mark Wahlberg gave out his secret diet plan on Instagram.
What's that?
He said you should only eat from noon to 6, and that's it. You should fast 18 hours a day, and you will lose weight. So that was his take. And he said, eat whatever you want, but only from noon to 6. You cannot.
I'm not big on this intermittent fasting thing because it just sounds a lot like partial anorexia. Like that's like I don't know. I'm not big.
I think it just depends on how much you consume within that block.
Yeah, exactly. I could eat a lot of food in 6 hours.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot
So,
of food. In
like
6 hours.
at that 5:58 mark, you're like, oh shit, I gotta eat as much as I can. I got 2 minutes.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, I ate half a tin of butter cookies today, so those
What
the
time was
blue.
it at?
Danish.
Around
the
noon.
Danish one?
Yeah,
Around
the royal
noon, so you started
dance
at the
yeah.
right time, noon.
Yeah.
See?
Oh yeah, there you go. I'm doing great.
You're doing great. You're right. You hit the pocket. You're right in that.
Well,
right
I
in
did
that.
have an egg McMuffin for breakfast.
Well, Mark will be so upset with you and the Funky Bunch. So upset with you. But I mean, that dude's 52, I think, and he is just ridiculous.
He looks great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So yeah. Well, there you go. That's what we got for you today on Nerds Talking the Podcast. Any New Year's messages before we get out of here, Carlos?
Don't fly during bad weather.
Yes, he's learned his lesson. Laura?
Time is a flat circle, and we all just run in the same loops over and over and over again.
Holy shit, this show just went
What a
super emo.
fucking-
Fuck.
fucking-
That's from True
Wow.
Detective. You guys ever watch that show?
Oh, yeah, I
Time,
love
time
that
is, Oh
show.
God, I fucking love it. Time is a flat circle. I use that phrase all the
I'll
time.
tell you what the problem with that show is. The first season put the bar way too high.
Oh yeah.
Way too high.
Yep.
And then
I
it
would
was
agree
just
with that.
downhill from there.
Second
And then
But
not
season,
even,
season
not
two
so
was
good.
good.
No, no,
Season
no.
two was
But not as
absolutely
good.
good,
But
but
not as
not
good.
as good.
No, no,
You're
they're all
absolutely
good.
right.
They're
It's
all
just,
good. It's just they just go down though.
yeah.
I mean,
you
season
can't-
3 is not bad either.
Yeah, I
It's
love
just,
season 3 too, but you can't replicate the
Season
magic
1.
of season 1. Yeah,
McConaughey just won. He just
he's
yeah.
he's an
He's a
amazing
nutty
dude.
nut.
Yeah,
he's
but he's
so
a great
good, bro.
actor. Yeah.
He's so good. I can't wait for the 4th one. They're making it right now with Mel Gibson.
really?
Ah,
No, I just made that up. Hopefully, that's my
you
New Year's
fucking-
resolution. Hopefully, it comes true. And I hope it's just
totally
Lethal
got
Weapon.
me.
Should make True Detective with Lethal Weapon.
Merton Riggs.
With Merton
as True
Riggs.
Detectives.
I can't do this shit no more. I'm retired.
Too old for this shit.
Too old for this shit. I'll tell you, 2 of the greatest characters on screen ever. All right, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in. Nerds Talking the Podcast. For Laura,
Goodbye.
for Carlos,
Bye bye.
and I'm Lafayette. We'll see you next time here on Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Yeah. We're cruising down the highway.
Yeah.
Looking real fly, babe. You know you wanna get this. This game is stupendous. Fantastic, we go on a voyage. No looking back, you pack your backpack. We jump on the track, we just keep on going. Turn up the beat, we grip in the street. My flow was unstoppable. Go ahead and top this. If you think you're doper than this, no stopping it. It's time for me to tell you how it is in this business. Walking to my gospel, can I get a witness? Everybody wanna be up on the stage, get paid, be made, have your name in lights. We take a late night flight to a show tonight. No pit stops or layovers in this thing called life.
No stop me now.
Yo,
I'ma keep going.
yeah.
When the curtain lifts and the spotlight hits, I'ma have to show 'em.
The rhyme is my lifeline. Every line that I write might be the last time you stop pressing rewind or don't pass go. There's more to see, have a seat and enjoy the show.
And we can go on.
People say, nuts so you rap a lot. I won't stop till my heart's final tick-tock. When this beat shuts off and the mic drops and they take me off stage in a hollow box. Created with a purpose to self-indulge on the verses. Talk about how I'm so dope and you heard this. Check the pulse of doctors and the nurses. Results read that this dude is so perfect. Welcome to the motion, I feel like I'm coasting. Riding on the beat like a boat in the ocean. Only evolve, no regrets or resets. Never going backwards, only forward with my steps. And the bar's now set, raise your hand if you are next. You can flow like me, then you gain my respect. This is lift off, gone into the next orbit. Plug it in, turn it up, let you absorb it.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah,
Don't look down now,
yo,
cause the sky's the limit. And we ain't touched down.
this game is my habit. I'm an addict, never quit, gotta have it. If I see a mic in sight, I gotta grab it. Turn me up, play a beat and watch the magic.
And we can go on.
I came to gather your votes, push the campaign. Let me explain how to change the game. I convert words to work to adapt to the flow. I'ma make a wish in audio, it's like you won a lotto. Kids need adult supervision, parent permission to get your sign slips so you can listen to this shit. I'm the antidote for what's dope, the ill sickness. If you like this, come on and rock with it.
Welcome to the motion.
Yeah,
Gotta keep flowing.
yo,
Never looking back now. Never gonna back down.
I stay focused on the forces who oppose us. The opponents can't hold us. Ready, set, go, play the beat to let you know. If you got what it takes, then show the flow.
And we can go on. And we can go on.
Tonight you will get your dick ripped off. That doesn't sound right, does it?